Hey guys, it's Jessica. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're here. If you are new here, I am a speech language pathologist. I work in a school and I like to share the lessons and activities I'm doing in my speech room. I hope that by sharing them, I will inspire your creativity and kind of help you feel like you're not alone in this SLP journey. Sometimes it gets kind of monotonous, just doing the same thing every single day and feeling like there's no one with us. So you're not alone. I'm here with you. I have a lot of preschool language students on my speech therapy caseload this year. So that's mostly the activities I've been creating because that's what I need. So we're doing a building theme with my speech therapy kiddos this week. And I'm going to share a little bit of what we've been doing in my speech room. But before I get into that, I just want to chat with you for a second. Last week, I introduced the ring light for the first time, and it definitely, it's just like a little tiny one. I'll try to like shoot a video of it. Makes me feel like I look a little bit better, like my skin and stuff. But the glare on the glasses, I cannot figure out how to get rid of. And I kind of like touched on this last week. I just can't wear contacts anymore as I've gotten older. In my older videos, I wore contacts all the time. And growing up, I always wore contacts. And then I hit about 32 and my eyeballs don't like them anymore. So here I am in glasses. And let me know if you think the light is distracting or if you're like, you know what, this is a little bit more enjoyable to watch because it looks nicer. I don't know. I just am trying to keep it real here. I want this to be like a real space where you are like, this is an authentic person who is just doing the best she can to get better. Like I want to get better, but I also am working and I'm trying to like kind of squeeze this in pockets in my day. And I don't have time to obsess over everything, which I'm sure you understand. I know you understand. You're busy like me. So back to our language theme for the week. It is building. And like we talked about just like a second ago, we're all crazy busy. The best thing I have done for myself was creating 36 language speech therapy themes at the beginning of the year. Actually, I've been using them for a couple years, but 36 of them. And I printed them all out. They look like this. On each theme, it has it says speech therapy homework at the top. This is so that you can send this home as homework to your caregivers. It says homework, but you know it's also your lesson plan because you can multitask. And then we have the week. You can write in the week right there. Whatever week you're doing it, there's no specific order other than like some of them are seasonal. So you'll want to, not do like pumpkins in, I don't know, Easter, like stuff like that. But we have the theme, we have a book. This week, our book is Building a House. And I'm going to try and find this on Amazon and I will link it in the description. This is my favorite book and I love it for my tool theme. It's my favorite book for my tool theme. I love it because it has really simple sentences and it's really easy to modify and also has really simple pictures. So it's really easy for me to just like, they are building a roof. They are painting. They are sawing. The plumber is working on the pipes. Easy to understand pictures and easy to understand sentences. So this is the book we're doing this week. Now, next you will see that we have a song. I change up a little bit how I do this every week. So the song, This is the Way We Build the House. This is an example and I typed out like lyrics and stuff. And this is for like if caregivers want to do this for their homework. Now, I will pull out YouTube in my speech room. I am not above that. I actually think it's a great medium because I like to have different ways to target language, a book, a song, and play-based, all three in every session. So I pull out YouTube for the songs and I found a really great song. When I pulled it up, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Like the audio's not great, the lighting's not great. But it was a song about building a house by a like pediatric therapy company. Like that's what they do. So they must have some sort of like music therapist on their staff who wrote this song. Decided I really liked it. When I build my house, I'll need some wood. I saw the wood. Because it has lots of motions like saw the wood, hammer the nails, lay the bricks. Okay, so it has lots of motions, lots of repetition, and it goes along really nicely with this book in particular, which was just a happy coincidence, but I will be using it in perpetuity into the future when I do this theme. Okay, so that's the theme, that's the book, that's the song that I chose. And then I do always add vocabulary words. This week they're build, make, hit, and then I just put like tool vocabulary words and put. What these are, they're supposed to be kind of like core vocabulary words. And these are for parents of preschool language students. So this may not be ideal words for your speech articulation students or for all of your students, but for your language kiddos, this is going to be great. And what I will do sometimes is, if I do have a articulation student, is I'll just like write a note. Sometimes it's just faster to handwrite it in and customize it, individualize it for your student. Okay. But for most of my preschool language students, these core words are going to be perfect for parents to just guide them on, okay, here's some words for me to help my child while we play together with these suggested activities this week. So the suggested activities are making or building a house out of boxes, fixing things that are broken. Today with one of my students, we went and we did the light switch and we did the screw on the light switch. And so all kinds of building activities that you can do. Make a snack house with marshmallows and pretzels. And parents are going to be it is going to be very easy for parents to target these core vocabulary words while they do these activities. Now, you can choose to do these same activities because I've already thought them out for you. You're welcome. Really, I'm thankful. You're welcome to myself because I did it for me, but I want to share it with you. And you can now modify this for all of your students. Any student on your caseload can do a theme. But I tried to really pick strategic themes that are going to be great for language students. They usually have a sequence involved. They are really easy to target with core vocabulary. They're really engaging. They have play-based activities. That's why I do these themes. I also have the Melissa and Doug puzzle, the wooden puzzle. I kind of pulled that out as my students were walking in today. So when they came in, we were able to do the puzzle, or we played with the puzzle while we did our toys, which leads me to my toys. We pulled out the tools today, so I got my toolbox out with all my plastic toys. And one of the reasons that I love working on tool building theme vocabulary is there's a lot of action words. So it does have some great sequencing, but it also has a lot of action words and verbs, which we know as speech pathologists that targeting action words gets us more bang for our buck. So we have, hit, we have saw, we have twist, we have pull, we have push, we have put. There are all kinds of verbs that can be targeted with building vocabulary. So highly encourage that if you have a student who needs to work on sequencing or a student who needs to work on just kind of expanding their vocabulary, tools are a great choice for that. Along with my tools, I pulled out my big Duplo block things and we pretended to build the house with the tools. And then another thing that I have with the tools is I actually just keep it in my toolbox. It's these little paper things. And I wanted to show you something else that I have in my toolbox. So these are my tools right here. And you can see I have some paper. And what these are is these are for practicing categories and sorting. So I have school supplies and I have tools. And these are kind of like my headers. And then underneath it, I'll lay these on the ground. What is this? It's a wrench. Can you find the wrench? And we'll look in the box. Well, they'll be all laid out all over the floor at this point until we find a wrench. And of course, my wrench is at the bottom. Okay, so we find the wrench. We talk about what the wrench does. It twists, 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 or we can make it open and close. All of those great vocabulary words. And then we sort it. So remember I had two headings, so I would sort the wrench on the tool side. Then, if I had a kiddo who really needed to work on sorting, I would actually get all of the matching school supplies out as well. So, for example, we then had a picture of the crayons, and I would say, what are these? What do we do with these? They're crayons, that's right. What do we do with them? We color. That's right, we use them to color, we use them to draw. And then we would sort them under the school supply side. And like I said, if I really was working on a kiddo who needed to work on this vocabulary, I would pull out all of the school supply objects and all of the tool objects. So now they're getting a picture representation as well as a physical representation. So we could do the same thing. Hammer, sorry. What is this? It's a hammer. That's right. What do we do with the hammer? We hit. Can you find the hammer in the toolbox? Look for the hammer. Look for the hammer. Here's the hammer. The hammer is a tool. We use it to build. You get the idea, okay? Now, I have several preschool thematic units that have, like I have one for cooking, I have one for doctors, I have one for ocean animals, but I have one for tools, and that's where these came from. So I'm gonna link that in the description below, because while play-based is great, and I love doing this, sometimes you do need a little bit more paper activities to kind of help with some of those more like school readiness skills. So things like categories and sorting and following directions, following 2-step directions, 3-step directions, vocabulary just in general. Those are going to be in my preschool vocabulary packets. I can't remember, resources, teaching guide. I don't remember what I called them. Sorry. I have been doing this TPT thing since 2017. I don't even know how many resources I have. And to be honest, I don't remember the names of all of them. But I do remember the things that I use. And it actually was a really good note to self. I'm getting rambly here. That I had this in my thing. Okay, stopping. You're probably tired of story time or just listening to me ramble, because I'm not sure. Do you like story time? Leave me a comment if you've made it this far and you're like, you know what, I like hearing you ramble. I like story time. Or if you're like, no, just keep it straight to the session plan, because that's what I'm here for. I need help with ideas on my speech therapy lesson plans, because that's what I'm really good at, is lesson planning. All right, 36 weeks of them. They're in my TPT store. I will link them below. You don't have to buy it. Like if you just want to follow along here and you want to like do week by week with me, I'm cool with that. This is for people who just want to plan and get ahead. And the reason that's so great is because, like I say every week, I have them all in a folder already. So like next week, I can give you a sneak peek and say, we're going to the grocery store next week. Isn't that going to be fun? Like, see, I printed it off. They're all ready to go. Oopsies. And I'll be showing you what I do when I do a grocery store theme with my preschool students. Good gracious, what I do when I do a grocery store theme with my preschool speech therapy kiddos. There we go. All right, that is the theme. And I also just wanted to real quickly just point out my shirt. It says, "You can do hard things." Another little story time with Jessica. I went to the Tisha conference once, Texas, because I'm in Texas. And one of the presenters was like, I have this written in my room. You can do hard things, or I can do hard things. And that is my motto for my students. And when I sat in that session, I was like, I love this. I am stealing this. I want this to be my motto too. So ever since that session, I say it to my students all the time. You can do hard things. I can do hard things. And I wrote it up on my wall right there. And I was so excited when I found this shirt. So let me know if you have a motto for your students. Like, what do you keep coming back and saying, yeah, I say this over and over again. You're right. And tell me what it is in the comments. Like if it's some sort of, encouraging, uplifting, I can do hard things. And that's what I'm doing with this YouTube channel. Like, I can do hard things. This is really hard to be consistent every week showing you what I'm doing, because I really am, like I said, finding pockets in my day to do this, because I think that having a repertoire of 36 preschool speech therapy language themes where you can just go and click. By the way, that is from the activities from my speech room playlist on YouTube on my channel. So if you want to follow along and see all of the themes and other activities I've done in my speech room, I would love to show you. And I hope that you'll come along next week to go shopping at the grocery store.